Hey Taurus, welcome to your October X reading. How is everybody? How was September for you guys? Drop a comment below. Let me know what the vibe was like. How are you guys feeling? What were you thinking? It really helps me connect with your energy, and I use that for future readings. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Andrea. I hope you find a message within this reading today that brings you some inner peace or that resonates and you choose to stay for the journey. Thank you for the love and that beautiful energy you guys bring to the channel. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate every one of you. Everything you guys need to know on this reading, how I go about doing my readings and all that stuff, you can find it in the description box below, guys, so check it out, as well as my contact details if anyone wants to reach out for a personal reading. I would love to do one for you. Instructions and contact in the description box. So Taurus, what's going on with this X? What brings you here? What answers are you looking for? What is it that you want to know about this X? What are you holding on to? What is it that you need to release, heal, let go of, embrace? What is the message that we have for Taurus for the month of October? You know, Taurus, I've already cleansed and channeled your energy, and I feel the Tauruses I'm connecting with, your biggest fear when it comes to this particular X has kind of been realized. It's one of those things where you kind of tentatively took a step towards a reconciliation of sorts, or potentially even leaving yourself a little bit more vulnerable than you would usually when it comes to this X. And I feel that there was something that was telling you it was off. Something wasn't right. And that has been realized. It's the illusion's gone. This dream state of what could be has gone, and reality you have faced the reality. Something may have occurred that's really grounded your energy and brought you back to earth on what the actual facts of the matter are, rather than what they could potentially be, based on the potential, let's say. So either you've recently found something out after you've taken a chance with this X and given them the benefit of the doubt, or I feel that you may have recently, if you haven't given them the benefit and nothing has happened, you may have recently found something out. Something has definitely come to light that really puts everything into perspective for you. And that image that that illusion that you had created about this X and those questions that you had have now been clarified. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. So let's have a look. What is this about? What is this about? How are you going? What brings you here? What is it that you need to know? What answers do you seek? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And what about them? What's their deal? What do they want? Why are they still in your energy and why are you still in theirs? What's the purpose and what's the lesson here? You know? Okay, so what I'm getting for you is that, you know, I feel that with this separation, there was a lot of, sadness and isolation. There was an aspect of you, Taurus, that I feel really wants to release this. It's not even about the person anymore. It's this energy attachment that you feel to this person that you really want to let go of. There is a part of you, I feel, that you have neglected and you have not nurtured throughout the process when it comes to this X. I'm sensing that your higher self has been trying to communicate with you and has been trying to get you on board with centering your own energy. And it's been increasingly difficult because you've been ignoring the red flags because of this attachment you share with this person. That attachment is so strong and so loud, and it pulls you. It really, really pulls you. It's almost like you can't resist that energetic pull you feel to that person, and you always give them the benefit of the doubt. But every time you've done that, what you've realized is you've disconnected from yourself a little bit more, and you felt there is an aspect of yourself that has felt sadness and isolation. This person may have been the one that kind of put a band-aid on this. It numbed this feeling. Their presence was enough to numb it. And so when they weren't with you, or let's say there was an argument, or there was due to, let's say, work commitments, there was a certain period of isolation, or no, there was a certain period where you wouldn't talk to each other or see each other, these feelings of sadness and isolation start to rise. And then that codependent energy kind of takes over, where you would want them to come in to fill that void or that space because you associated it with them. When in actual fact, what's happened is you've realized that it's actually an aspect of yourself that's been trying to break through, trying to connect with you, trying to guide you, your spirit guides, source speaking through you, to you. And it's been neglected through this connection. This connection was not one that enabled you to spiritually grow and explore a different level of yourself at this point. Maybe there was a stage where there was potential for that, and there was enormous growth at one stage, and that's what you remember, and that's what you've held on to. And so you can see the potential. So what you've realized is, what do I do here? I'm losing myself, and at what cost? My self-worth, my reputation. And I'm not even talking about a reputation as far as anyone else is concerned. You're probably the Tauruses I'm connecting with, you're like, you know what? Everyone can go and get effed. I don't care about a reputation. As far as others go, it's how you feel about yourself, your own view of yourself when it comes to reputation, your own word, your own path. I'm feeling that there is a need to recenter, and something has come to light. Something is started to come to the surface, and it's kind of put things into perspective. And as disappointed as you are, Taurus, you actually are ready to set yourself free. You're finally thinking, oh my gosh, is this the moment where I can energetically let go of this person? How do I shake them off? So that's a type of energy you're in and going into, I guess, in the month of October. Realization, resetting, recalibrating, and with sadness, choosing your battles. And the way I'm viewing this, it's more about standing firm to what you believe in and setting boundaries that will get you to move forward and embrace whatever messages your spirit guides or your higher self are trying to communicate. You know what? I haven't lit your candle, Taurus. I want to get some real Taurus vibes happening in here. Let me light that. All right. So the person that you're connecting with, isolation is a different story with them altogether. They're really looking within themselves. They're going through their own spiritual journey. Whatever has come to light has caused them to see themselves and face themselves for who they truly are. You know those scenarios that we hear about when you're explaining a situation to somebody else or a friend or a family member, and as you're saying it out loud, you hear how ridiculous it all sounds in hindsight? That's what they're going through. They're looking at certain things that they've done, and they are embarrassed. They're looking for guidance. They're looking for, whether it be through spiritual channels, a more holistic approach to doing things, a complete overhaul, even a church, whatever it is that resonates with this person. They're looking for answers to help them better understand why they do the things they do. I feel there is a sense of guilt, and it's a shame, very shameful type of energy when it comes to this person. So whatever has happened and whatever has come to the surface, there is no way, well, they can try to explain themselves, but they realize how ridiculous that sounds. And so they're looking for some kind of forgiveness, and not necessarily from you. They feel that, you know, they've just started the journey of realization that they need to go within to face themselves, to face their fears, to face whatever it is that causes them to do certain things, come to terms with that, and then they need to forgive themselves. So they're about to embark on a completely new journey of inner work. And you, on the other hand, are about to embark on another journey, which has to do with aligning with yourself, bringing the different aspects of yourself together, integrating them so that there is an equal flow, balancing them out, bringing a little bit more stability within yourself. They're getting to know themselves and they're trying to redeem themselves. So they're very different paths here. Yeah. I'm really sensing, Taurus, that you are definitely ready to let go. You're definitely ready to turn a new leaf. And there are certain elements where I feel you've become very paranoid, or you're protecting yourself in, and it's making it really difficult for you to make a choice. You're being extremely picky with who you want in your world now. You don't know who to trust. You know you're starting a brand new journey, and you're determined to make sure that the wool won't get pulled over your eyes again. I'm feeling that you put so much trust in the words that were spoken when you were with this person, that when the truth came to surface and it wasn't particularly in their favor, their actions and or yours, right? There was this realization that maybe you are a little naive to certain things, and now it's like you're hyper aware of it. You may be suspicious, and so it's causing you to be a little bit more, I guess, withheld moving forward, looking for the red flags or looking for signs that you could be potentially taken for granted. That love that you have to give is so pure, Taurus, and when you give it from a very pure space. And it is honest, and it is loyal, and it is so committed. And I guess you've realized that there are others out there that can show the same type and reciprocate with what looks the same, but they may have other agendas, or they may not be as truthful as what you are. And so now I feel you do have choices. However, you don't know which way to go. Because you're being so picky, it's almost like you're not making any decisions. And you're trying very hard to decide which boundaries you're willing to be more relaxed in, and which boundaries you're willing to be like they're not negotiable and they're a hard limit. And it's because of that sadness that you felt, a cycle. This is a cycle with this person that you experienced, and you don't want to relive that with anyone else ever again. Now, this ex, I guess, they like to have the options, you know. This is where it all came apart, is what I'm feeling. They love the good life. They get they get swept up in the feeling of passion. They get swept up in the feeling of that new, fresh beginning when you meet someone, that really wanting to be together all the time, that real that chemistry that brings you together, the sensuality or that intimate side of things when it's really exciting at the beginning. I feel they really are they chase that. They constantly chase it. And then when things settle down and the reality of life kicks in and compatibility comes into play and consistency and, having to compromise, they tend to find that really difficult. They feel that, potentially their intimate partners don't align. It's too hard. It shouldn't be so hard. It should always feel a particular way, when that's not the case at all. And I feel that there may have been more than one person involved here. They may have been caught up in a third party situation because they get swept up in the moment. They let passion take over. And now they've realized that can only get them so far. They always tend to come back to you. Is this a cycle? I'm feeling this is a cycle, Taurus. The connection you guys share is undeniable, and it's like you're their home. But they get caught up in this passion. You know what it is? They just need to, I guess, grow up when it comes to a level of commitment that you are wanting from your partner. This is a very immature type of energy where we're not ready to settle down, we're not ready to commit. Doesn't mean this person doesn't have responsibilities or obligations and that they don't meet them. It's just that when it comes to the emotional space, they tend to want to be free. They don't like the thought of having to compromise and put in all this work, and it shouldn't be so hard. And they always want to be swept up in that passionate emotion. And in fact, that's what brings them back to you. They can't stay away because they feel that intimate connection with you also. So the connection that you guys feel is mutual, right? So why are we here today, Taurus? Why are you here? What is it that... I'm just hearing, how do I let this go? Okay, coming together. How do I let this go? How do I make this work? How do I forget what's happened and bring this together in a way where I feel that I am being nurtured, I am being respected, it is being reciprocated, I'm not taken advantage of. There is this sense that I'm getting here of, when you care about someone, you would not treat them that way. I feel that you're deeply hurt, Taurus, at the way you've been treated. And that the Tauruses that I'm connecting with do want to are faced with this choice. If this person was to come back into my life, do I want this to come together? And if so, how do I let go and forget of everything that's happened? How do I fix something that is so broken? Like, the trust just doesn't seem to be there. How do I choose the boundaries that stay up, and which ones do I relax on, or do I start a new beginning? So October is about making those hard choices for you, Taurus. You're deeply connected with this person, deeply connected with this person, but you see how a part of yourself is not able to grow. It's not able to gain the fulfillment that it needs. There isn't an equal flow of energy within yourself, and then extended by you, reciprocated by them, and then that beautiful rhythm that flows between a healthy relationship. It's not working here. It's either that typical, you give of emotion or you give of yourself and it's not reciprocated, or you have to hold back and feel that you become out of alignment and uncentered, and therefore there's unfulfillment there as well. So there's definitely something here that needs to be addressed, and you can see this now. And I'm sensing that you're really holding back from coming together. You're trying to keep your feelings, your emotions in check. You're trying to keep your words in check. You don't want to reach out. You don't want to talk about this yet because you're not quite sure which direction you're going to go in that's going to bring you the type of relationship that you want. So I'm hearing the loudest message for you is, how do I let go of this attachment so I can be freed and move on? Or how do I let go? And if that's not the case, how do I let go of what has transpired and embrace this? You're in a You will go through a stage in October where there is a lot of indecision as to which way you can go. Potentially a lot of overthinking, but at the same time, you're going to really explore what those boundaries are and figure out which ones are your hard limits and which ones you're willing to be a little bit more flexible with. And maybe that's something you could do, Taurus. Maybe write it down. What's not negotiable, what you feel comfortable with being a little bit more relaxed in. And so if something does come about, you are well prepared, like you've already thought about these things. So actually, you know what? Let's pull out a card and see. How can you work with this energy? How can we start the process of making a decision that will set you on the right direction? Something that will help you shift out of this indecisive state and make the decision that you need to make to step into the future, with or without this energy. And what I'm feeling is that, Taurus, you're determined. You know what you want. You know, you've got this, you see that there's opportunity for you out there. You're aware of that. You just don't know. You've made the decision that you want to pursue love in a particular way, and there are certain things you won't put up with. It's just, how do I do this with this connection I share that I can't seem to get rid of? So how do I do it either with this person or without them? So how do we do this? What's the best way for Taurus to just start this process of working through this? Surrender to prayer. Meditation is what I'm feeling. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe and answers and support will arrive. Wow, Taurus, I'm going to hold that up for you. And you know what I get from this is this feeling of isolation, this disconnection that you've gone through in the time that you have, I guess, kind of been caught up in this attachment that you share, and it's kind of suppressed your connection to your higher self, source, to your spirit guides. Spirit is saying, now's the great time for you to look at the aspects of yourself that you've isolated so that they can become a little bit louder. They can talk to you a little bit clearer. You can allow yourself to receive their messages, and slowly, these boundaries that you're wanting to build and the direction that you're wanting to go in will come to the surface. But the first thing to do is to really take the time. I mean, you're already holding back in some way or another from this ex. If you continue to do that and you protect your energy and you protect your space so you can figure out which way you want to go and surrender to meditation or prayer or whatever it is that you resonate with, it will lead you towards the happiness that you're looking for. And there is happiness for you, Taurus. There absolutely is, depending on how aligned you become, and I guess how much you allow those, I guess, that intuitive side of you or your gut feeling to balance itself out, to rise up, because I feel that it is a little bit suppressed right now. All right, Taurus, I hope you found that helpful. If this does sound like your story and it's something you would like to explore a little bit deeper on how you can go about really letting go of this energy attachment you share with this person and figuring out just getting some clarity and guidance specific to you, I'd love to do a private reading. Instructions and contact in the description box below. If not, I'll see you for your next lot of readings, guys. Bye.